Hey Jonathan, good morning. Anyway, I just watched your video. You said a couple of things that you mentioned putting stuff in and taking stuff out, and you hadn't edited your video and stuff, and how do you decide that? It's kind of funny because I found that in the editing process, you learn some stuff about yourself when you start editing. You're like, yeah, about the things that you take out and things that you put in. But you know, some people say that I don't know that I agree, but there are two schools of writers, which may or may not be true. It's just a thing to say, and that those are the people that put stuff in, you know, like Dickens or Dostoevsky or something, where you can brain a horse with the book, and then there's people that take stuff out. And extreme examples would be like if you can get a 250-page story or philosophy down to a haiku, you know, those are taker-outers. I like taking stuff out, even though with this video I'm gonna go ahead and leave it in because I just woke up and I'm not gonna. I do all that cutting and clipping and being concise, and that's respectful to do as far as communication goes. So it's not, you know, it's not an expression of, God, I'm gonna control the way I'm presented to people. It's just a communicative responsibility. So if that kind of lets you off the hook, you know, and when you're editing, you can be a little bit more gentle about that. You said that you were talking about reality, and you sort of just said, oh, I look around this room and okay, this is reality, but blah blah blah. If I put it in a little video, then maybe it's once removed or some implication like that. And so I was like, well, that's cool to say. You know, you hear that from everybody, but I mean, if you're kind of studying philosophy, you kind of know that maybe that's how the fuck do you know that? You know? Yeah, it's epistemological. You know, how are you garnering information about the real world? And so that has to be. If you're into that, that should, just by way of exercise, ontological exercise, that you would just question that every day, you know, how the information you're getting is correct about reality, certainly that. For example, Jonathan, if I hypnotized you and said, okay, you're going to find everything and everyone in the room that you're in extremely funny, and you're gonna think everything is just like a joke and waiting to happen, and then you just see the room that way, so you think, you know, obviously you would be thinking that reality was that way for a while, so it would put into doubt what is reality. But because hypnosis is temporary and eventually goes back to the way that you saw it before, you would say that the hypnosis is an illusion from the actual reality. But there's so many other variables about that. What if what makes you think you're not hypnotized right now, or that you hadn't been from the very first conclusion you made when you were maybe 1.5 or 3 or 6, 12, whatever. The world is this way, you know, people are this way. I'm a big fan of Diogenes. You know, I live in a bathtub and stuff. I love that. I just like bathtubs. This is probably the reason why. You know, I actually have my office in the bathtub. You know, that's where I do a lot of my work, except the videos. Anyway, I saw this one cartoon one time. It was in ancient Greece. Two guys walking in the center of Athens, and they're talking to each other. And the guy says, I can't decide whether to go hear Socrates speak or go to the orgy. So, anyway, I thought that was funny. Listen to this quote. I get very enthusiastic. Sorry about that. I probably scared you. But listen to this quote. I thought it was a tough thing to say. It's by W.K. Clifford, a 19th century mathematician, it says. And dig what he says. He says, it is wrong always, everywhere, and for everyone to believe upon insufficient evidence. Isn't that like a radical thing to say? I just thought that was so, like, tough guy philosopher. I mean, there's so many things you believe in and have no, you know, foundation for it. Anyway, I just wanted to say good morning, and I liked the video.